How's everybody doing? Okay, so in this particular episode, I want to talk about the Milner Grain Elevator here. As some of you may or may not know, I'm going to model the rear three bins. Well, I started them. I'm going to use PVC pipe, which I already have cut to shape. I'm just waiting for this particular siding here from Plastruct I ordered. Now, I'm sad to say that the actual prototype might be a thing of the past. I'm going to share a short slideshow with you and then a closing video. And it's all based on news I received from one of the employees that was kind enough to take photos from on top of the bin. Really provided me with an invaluable source for a modeler. You know, as a modeler, you can never have enough photos of the subject that you choose to build. And I'm so glad that I collected all the photos that I did of this particular Langley Township landmark, because it's going to be a thing of the past and it's just on borrowed time now. It was in fairly rough shape, although it was functional. And very busy, you know, offloading 2 or 3 hoppers every couple of days. And it's sort of sad in a way because it's a real sort of monumental icon at Glover Road and Crest Crescent. You can't miss it. You know, everybody drives by there. I've driven by it thousands of times. I was just there the other day though, and I got a quick video. I was fortunate enough to. It's still kind of open, but I think they'll be shutting it down because, as I mentioned in the video, I believe the property is owned by CN. SRY owns the main line. Canadian National owns the property where the grain elevator and the cell tower is. And Otter Co-op owns the grain elevator, but once the grain elevator is gone, since the lease ran out the end of October 2020, this is CN property now. So yeah, it doesn't look too good for the Otter Co-op, and apparently they're going to bring it all in by truck now to the co-op. So I just wanted to open up with a picture of the model here and then just show you some of the slides of my best photos that I have, and then end it with the short video with a clip of it just running. Okay, so thanks for tuning in and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here's the Milner Grain Elevator location at Glover and Crest Crescent. So this property here is actually apparently owned by Canadian National. The grain elevator itself is owned by Otter Co-op, but the lease ran out the end of October 2020. And from what one of the employees told me, that if it's not renewed, then the grain's going to be trucked into the co-op. So there'll be no more need for this grain elevator anymore. It's sort of sad in a way. I know everything comes to an end, but all the more reason to model the rear 3 bins on it, I guess, for the new design and layout that I have planned. It's a real landmark in the Township of Langley, and was a lot of the impetus behind the original Glover Road module that I have now. Just to give a quick overview. Okay, so you see how this pole here is on an angle? It's leaning. This pole's been here since 1964. But that's not the reason why it's leaning. It's leaning because the guy that used to work here, when he used to use that winch over there, if the cars rolled too far down the line on the grade, if they got away from you, in order to pull the car back over the silo, he had to throw a rope from that winch down around the base of this pole. You can see the wear there. From the car to the winch in order to pull the car back over the silo of the bay, otherwise you couldn't empty it. That's why this pole's worn out down there, and that's why it's leaning the way it is. You can see the car jack here, which is unique in itself. It was used to pull the cars on this siding here over the silo, the grain silo here. And so the grain would go up this elevator, which is in much disrepair but still functional. Guess the rodents are going to have their way now here for a while. And then you can see the condition of the elevator itself is looking fairly run down. Nice modeling subject though, but yeah, it's sort of sad in a way. There's a lot of history here. But as it happens, you know, a lot of times with railroads like this, they get replaced by trucking. These kind of industries. But it sure is really has been a thrilling modeling subject for me. I've really enjoyed building it. Even though I only built the front 2 bins and the shed and so on, but it gives me a little bit more motivation to want to model the whole structure, like the bins at the rear here, just to preserve it in a more accurate model of the prototype, right? Which I've already started, by the way, these other 3 bins. So the new diorama or layout shelf style I'm going to build is going to have these 3 bins modeled. So this footage here will be invaluable because I don't know how long it's going to stay standing, the Milner Grain Elevator. But you can see the modern technology on the right and the aging past on the left, right?